Every day, founders get pulled in every direction. Meetings stack like bricks, emails flood in relentlessly, partnerships demand constant nurturing, and somewhere in the chaos, the core vision, the raw, burning reason why they started, gets buried beneath a mountain of yes. Saying yes to every opportunity, every request, every shiny new idea becomes a toxic addiction. But here's the brutal truth nobody tells you loud enough. Founders don't lose because they say no. Founders lose because they don't say no enough. It's not just about rejecting things arbitrarily. It's about reclaiming the power that's silently stolen from you with every distracted nod, every weak agreement. Each yes you give when your gut screams no, you shorten your runway. You dilute your focus. You scatter the precious time and energy that could ignite something extraordinary. Every yes is a silent killer of dreams disguised as progress. Look around. The world will lure you into a prison disguised as freedom. Everyone wants you to believe that growth means doing more, adding more, being everywhere and everything for everyone. Be flexible, be open, be ready. But that's a trap, because when you're everything, you become nothing. Your vision blurs, your impact gets lost in the noise, and the fire inside dims under the weight of diluted ambition. Founders, this is a rebellion against that trap. Imagine what happens if, instead of stretching yourself thin, you start saying no more often, not to sabotage yourself, but to protect your wildest visions, your deepest missions. Saying no is more than just a rejection. It's a shield, a gate, a radical act of self-respect. It's the difference between wandering lost in a sea of distractions and carving an unmistakable path that changes the game. The first battle is internal, the voice in your head that screams, "No, you have to say yes. You can't afford to miss this. You'll lose the deal, the investment, the momentum." That voice? It's the enemy, trained to convince you that your worth depends on endless approval. But here is a secret nobody else will tell you. Your worth is multiplied when you protect your time, your energy, your focus. You become ruthless, not in a cold, heartless way, but fiercely loyal to your mission, to the version of yourself that refused to settle for crumbs. Founders rarely talk about this, but it's the foundation of every breakthrough. Saying no is the ultimate tool of creation. It amplifies what matters. It creates space for depth over breadth. Because brilliance, real brilliance, is born in the quiet you make when you refuse to be everywhere and do everything. It's born when you say no to the distractions, the well-meaning but misaligned opportunities, when you cut through the noise and lock eyes with your true north. Think about the founders who built the biggest empires, or those rare creators who changed entire industries. You'll notice a pattern, not endless yeses. They mastered the art of saying no. No to what didn't align, no to what drained their power, no to what pulled them off their core goal. Because they understood the brutal math. Every yes you give means something else gets less of you. Time, energy, focus. They're all finite. When you say no more, you're actually giving more to what matters most. But there's a catch. This isn't about bluntly tossing a blanket no on everything. It requires ruthless clarity, deep self-honesty, and almost surgical precision to discern what truly deserves your yes and what's a disguised time thief. It demands rejecting the world's expectations, the desperate need to please, and the fear of being misunderstood or left out. Because when you say no, there will be friction. You will lose opportunities, relationships, the comforting illusion of always being wanted. And that's where the courage comes in. The courage to embrace isolation as a temporary price for eventual greatness. Saying no is also a declaration of sovereignty. It tells the world you own your time, your vision, your life. You're not a cog in some machine programmed to please everyone else. You're a creator armed with a vision so fierce it can't be fragmented. You're sovereign, wielding your yeses like rare currency, not to be squandered, but invested wisely. Every no is a boundary. Every boundary preserves your essence in a world designed to fragment it. It's about building a fortress around your time, your mental energy, your soul's fuel. Because when that fortress stands strong, your creativity flows freely. Your decisions sharpen. Your team responds. Your vision clarifies. Instead of being reactive, chasing every shiny thing. You become proactive, drawing the lines that turn chaos into order, distractions into opportunities, noise into symphony. And that is power. No investor, no market condition, no trend can take away. Here's what's rare and profoundly misunderstood. True founders don't just manage time or productivity. They master the art of meaningful refusal. They create tension where it matters. They say no to their audience when the ask doesn't serve the mission. They say no to investors when the terms dilute the vision. They say no to the market's noise when it pulls them away from creating the future they see burning ahead. This is not laziness or fear. It's fierce alignment, a practice of honoring the rare genius inside that no shortcut can replace. And when this practice is embraced, the changes are seismic. The team gets clearer direction. The product sharpens. The culture solidifies. Momentum builds because every move is deliberate. Every yes is fortified by layers of no. You flip the game from being reactive survivors to proactive architects. Founders become the rare individuals who do not just participate in their field, but redefine it. The challenge is breaking through the invisible chains society and systems shove onto us all. This world loves to reward mediocrity masked as effort. It loves comfort disguised as progress. It rewards noise over essence. Saying no is the way out. It's the way to strip away illusions and face the raw, terrifying choice of crafting a different reality. One that serves the rare, the radical, the revolutionary. For founders, every no is a radical act of war against the status quo. It is a moment of liberation. Because real freedom isn't just having options, it's having control. It's choosing what to pursue, deliberately and courageously. Freedom is saying no to what suffocates, and yes to what ignites. Yes to the idea so raw and powerful, it deserves everything you've got. This is why saying no more will not just change your startup, your product, or your team. It rewires your entire existence. Because no founder is truly free until they own their power to refuse what the world demands, so they can create what the world needs but cannot yet see. Remember, the world doesn't need more good entrepreneurs who can say yes to everything the system tells them to chase. It craves creators who refuse to be subservient to noise, visionaries who reject the broken scripts and create new ones from radical alignment. Founders who burn brighter by protecting their core instead of being dimmed by endless distractions. So next time the pressure to say yes rises, recognize it, name it, fight it, turn it down. Use it as a compass pointing you back to your mission. Because the true winners are not those who chase every opportunity. They are those who fiercely protect the ones that matter most. This is the moment to stop being a hostage of endless yeses. Start saying no so often that your yes isn't noise. It's a signal fire screaming across the darkness. The founders who master this will not only win, they will redefine what it means to win at all. This is the secret weapon too few founders dare to wield. Start saying no more. Not just once in a while, but as a radical daily practice. Watch as your world changes, your power grows, and your vision becomes unstoppable. No is the ultimate yes. To yourself, to your future, to a world only you can build.